Hey everybody, Darren Yankee with Echo Farms. We're out strolling through the pastures this evening, checking out the grass and conditions before we turn the cattle out here in the next week. I'm anticipating about 5 days before the herd of beef cows come through this area. This is our second rotation through this paddock that we're currently standing in. This is some beautiful forage out here. It's about knee high. We got clovers, red clover, white clover. We've got alfalfas. We got fescues. We got orchard grass, pastolium, a whole bunch of different forbs out here, along with some old grass from the first rotation. You see it's all brown, standing up. So the first time grazing through this paddock, we had a lot of forage out here. The stuff was chest high, just crazy tall forage. We tightened the cattle up into really tight, small paddocks, and we had them trample that forage down. So they laid a lot down onto the soil surface. We grazed them through fairly fast, even though we had them in very small paddocks. So I came out tonight just to kind of see what we got going on. We'll walk around a little bit. There's a whole bunch of bees, big bumblebees I seen when I was walking over here before. Here's a big garden spider. They're kind of cool to look at. I don't know if I'll be able to get a good photo of him or not. There he is. If y'all can see him or not. There, again, focused a little bit better for you, but see his web? He's woven between a couple of alfalfa plants. He's catching some flies and insects. That's always a great thing to see. We need a little diversity out here. Like I said, we had a nice thatch of dead residue on that soil surface. So I brought my handy dandy little garden shovel along, do a little digging and see what we come up with. You can see here we have a few clovers, but look at all that dead residue down in here. Now let me dig around here a little bit, get some of this pulled out of the way. Man, oh man, is there some stuff down here. That soil is way down in there. Look at all that thatch on top of that soil. All that thatch, and what we have is some beautiful forage for the cattle to graze. Just perfect conditions. We've had a lot of rain this summer, I should say adequate rain, which is great to see. What's our soil look like? Just look at the top of the soil without even getting the shovel out and digging. Look how beautiful that looks. That water, when it hits plants above here, it trickles down, and there's plenty of spots for that water to infiltrate into that soil surface. Like I say, there's not a spot out here in this particular piece that we're in where any rainfall is going to hit any bare soil. It is just some beautiful forage out here. This piece has been in pasture now for about 10 years. But look at that cottage cheese look on top of that soil. That's exactly what we are looking for. Oh, it's all root bound. I guess I should have had a bigger shovel. My little garden shovel just ain't doing it for me. We'll get that flipped over here. Look at that soil structure. That is one beautiful thing to see. That's what we want all of our soils to look like. That's what they should be looking like. I just go down in there, just dig with my hand. Look at that. Cottage cheese look on your soil. That is what we're looking for right there, folks. Beautiful conditions. How do we create that? With grazing. Managed grazing, I should say. Put a lot of residue down on the soil surface. Putting a lot of roots down into the soil. When the plant roots die in the soil, that also creates organic matter as well as the stuff that's left on top. But just a beautiful looking soil structure. And that is what we're looking for. Like I say, it took me a little bit to get dug down there, get all that dry, matted down residue off the top of the soil. And above that, right now we have knee-high forage. So the cattle will be in here another 5 to 6 days. Put some of this forage, turn it into meat, turn it into milk, whole bunch of different things. When you have all the cattle running in one group, it makes our chore a little easier. Right now we have that big mob of beef cattle, along with them 200 head of Holstein dairy heifers, so the young dairy cattle that we raise for a farmer. So we don't own them cattle, we just custom raise them for the guy. So currently we're looking at well over 300 head of cattle on the farm. We have 3 different groups right now. So mobbing the beef up like we did just makes it a lot easier to have one big group instead of 2 groups of cattle. But hey, that's all I've got for you tonight. Thanks for listening. You all have a great one. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. That's the most important thing. Subscribe and like. Thanks a lot. You all have a great day.